This workout is a purely strength-focused workout where we have 6 strength moves requiring dumbbells. So the goal of this is to complete between 10 to 15 reps of each exercise using moderate to heavy dumbbells that you can handle and control. Then you're gonna rest 60 to 90 seconds and then repeat each exercise for 3 rounds, okay? And then you're gonna move on to the next exercise. So do all 3 rounds of the first exercise, then all 3 rounds of the second, and so on. We are gonna start with the warm-up, a functional movement to get our bodies ready for lifting, especially important when we are doing strength training. We wanna really prepare and prep, get ready those muscles and joints for that heavy lifting. So we're gonna start with that warm-up, and if you don't have a bench, don't worry, I'll explain what you can do if you don't have a bench for today. And how it's gonna work is I'm gonna demo the warm-up, and then I'm gonna demo I'm gonna demonstrate each strength exercise individually today. When you're done watching my demo, I want you to press pause. Then you are gonna complete your 1, 2, or 3 rounds, 3 ideally, for maximum strength building benefits before clicking play and watching the next. Are you ready? So we're gonna start with a warm-up. Holding on to those elbows, or forearms, or hands. Just a nice round circle with those arms. We're just gonna rotate, twisting out that torso, creating a nice tiny waist. Okay, really think of getting all that rotation. Let your eyes follow. Head follows along, a little tap. We're gonna move nice and mindfully here today through this warm-up, activating the muscles, and getting ready. Okay, some walkouts. So ideally for a walkout, you're gonna keep those legs straight, but if you have to bend your knees, that's fine. Tighten those abs, and I want you to think of really locking that rib cage. So I'm pulling my ribs together and into my body as I do this, making sure I'm just not leaving my torso loosey-goosey. So really engage the rib cage here. Think of pulling your ribs into your body and closer together, keeping your neck nice and relaxed as you walk out, holding that nice strong plank, and then walk back up. There we go. So we're gonna move on to a perfect stretch here, getting yourself into a runner's lunge position, dropping that knee, pressing that one knee out to the side, hands back to the floor, bring that other foot up, gently drop the knee, pressing that knee out to the side, pressing it forward, and continue to do this. We're gonna do one more each side, press that knee open, hip forward. Nice strong plank. Gently drop, press that knee out, and then bring it back in. From here, we're gonna stay in a kneeling position. You're gonna take one leg out to the side. Now make sure your hips are squared, hands between your legs here in front. I'm gonna flex this back foot here. I want you to go straight back and straight forward, keeping that head in line with the rest of your spine neutral and up. If you're really tight, you may not have this much mobility. You know, if you can, you might want to go down to your forearms, back and forward, keeping this leg straight and keeping that hip centered between you. Okay, let's take that opposite leg out to the side, squaring my hip over that knee, back and forward, or of course you can be on your hand here, maybe moving your hands a little further out to the side, keeping that hip squared, forward and back. Awesome, long spine here. Or you can take it to the second level, increase that mobility. Awesome, couple more. All right, let's bring that back. We are going to do some beast walkouts. So from a 4 position, come and bring those knees off the floor, walk back into plank, and then walk those feet back to bear. As you walk, I want you to try to keep those knees hovering just maybe a half an inch from the floor, and your upper body stays glued over those hands. All right, so notice how my shoulders are staying where they are here. Okay, big mistake people make is they start leaning back like this. Okay, I want you to stay stacked. All right, have a stand, a couple more. Nice body weight squats here. Nice and slow, warming up through the glutes, through the inner outer thigh, hamstrings, quads, all of it. Shoulders stay back. Abs are still engaged here. We're pulling down and pulling up. Pulling and pulling, all right? So lots of tension in those nice big lower body muscles here. Squat and up. Feeling those glutes already. Squat and up and 2 more. Our second last here, we're just gonna do some reverse lunges. So lunging back, trying to make sure you keep a lot of space in this hip, all right? Keeping that torso as vertical as you can, sending the shoulders back over your butt cheeks, essentially, so that you're not here. Sit it back and up. Nice and slow. We will have lots of strength work today to do. It is a longer strength workout, so if you're short on time, you can cut down the reps. All right, one more exercise here. Have a stand. Just some big arm circles. So if you're short on time, I will recommend you keep your reps anywhere between 8 to 10. If you have the time, your reps you're aiming between 10 to 15. Our goal is 3 rounds. Switch arms or switch direction. 3 rounds of each individual strength exercise today. All you need are dumbbells, a sturdy chair, or a bench. And that is it. And rest. Okay, we are warmed up. We are ready to rock. I am going to grab my bench, position it here for you to see. And we're going to start with our first exercise, the dumbbell bench press. We are going to do all of the rounds of this exercise first. So I'm going to demo this exercise for you. When I'm finished demoing it, and I'm going to do 10 reps, I want you to press pause and do your 1 or 2 or 3 rounds of this exercise on your own, then press play and check out what this second exercise is and join me in that. I'm going to go ahead after I demo this and I'm going to hit the pause button and I'm going to do my sets too, and then I'm going to re-film exercise number 2. So I'm on the bench, feet are flat, shoulders are rolled away from my ears, elbows are coming down nice and wide and slightly toward my hip. I'm squeezing and pushing over the chest. So this is a chest press. As you push, you're pressing the arms away from you slightly, not straight up to the sky. That's a neck press. We want to do a chest. I think this is 5. I'm not sure where I am. All right, so your goal is 10 to 15 of these. If you have light weights, you might want to go with 15 reps. If you want to challenge that weight and you've got heavier weights, you may want to stick to 8 to 10. I'm going to do 1 more, 2 more. Tight core, don't let that back arch. And if you're doing this on the floor, which you can, your elbows are going to stop there anyways, okay? That is it. So I am going to rest for 1 minute to 90 seconds here. And then I'm going to repeat that exercise 2 more rounds and then come back and show you number 2. So press pause, do your chest press, and then meet me back for the next one. Welcome back. Here's exercise number 2. This is a rear leg elevated single leg squat, also known as a Bulgarian split squat. Tough, but so worth it. So you will need a bench or a chair or something sturdy pressed against the wall if you're on something slippery because you don't want it to move. You can also do this on the floor, okay? Just by putting that leg behind you and making it this kind of a position, okay? But this back leg is here for support and stability, so you really want to focus on that whole hip, especially that leg that's on the floor. So from here, your foot can be here or up on your toes, whatever you are comfortable with here. We are going to make sure that foot is about a foot away from the other foot width-wise, okay? Shoulders rolling back, holding on to some weights. Now, if you hold onto the dumbbells like this, that weight can roll back and it's great. This is how I prefer to hold on to it and I can relax my hands. So we're gonna do 10 split squats, trying to keep that tailbone tucked under, trying to keep that torso tall, head in line with chest and back. That was 3. I'm gonna aim for 10 here. That's 4, 5. This feels better on my foot, so I can get that mobility here at the ankle. 6, feeling it already. Keep that core and torso strong. Here's 3. So I'm gonna do 2 more, move on to my other leg, then I'm gonna press pause. I'm gonna finish out my 3 rounds of this, 10 reps each leg. And then I'm going to press play again and demo exercise number 3. So let's get to work here. Grab your weights, 10 per leg, 1 to 3 rounds. Let's do it. All right, welcome back. Exercise number 3. Hopefully you have now done 1 to 3 rounds of the chest press, 1 to 3 rounds with 10 to 15 reps each leg of the Bulgarian single leg squats. And now we're moving on to alternating single arm rear flies. Okay, so these are bent over rows. We're going to do 10 to 15 each arm. Now, grab a heavier dumbbell for this one. I am going to grab my 20. I am going to grab a heavier one. I've got a kettlebell here, 26 pounds, bent over. So you can do this without a bench. You can do this with a chair, okay? And I like to hold, if you're using a kettlebell, I like to hold it in the front so it rolls back. Anything I can do to roll that shoulder back and set my shoulder girdle is always a good thing. So it keeps us out of our traps. Too much work in the traps when we're not intentionally working that muscle creates too much neck tension, things like tingling down the arm, dizziness, all of those things. So be aware of that. If you do have a bench, you can use the bench, squaring those hips, owning the space, nice and tall. Everything is square to the floor. I'm not leaning into this arm here, but rather pushing out. We're going to do 10 each arm. So up, getting that elbow and shoulder away from your ear, feeling that squeeze along the side of the ribs, the side of the torso. That's 5. I got 5 more. I'm going to go for 10. This is a heavier weight. 4, tight core. 3, make sure you're not losing your squareness, okay? And 1. I'm going to do the same on the other side, then take my 60 to 90 seconds of rest between rounds. So do the same, press pause, finish out your rounds and your reps, and then come back for exercise number 4. All right, 3 exercises in, 9 rounds in. Time for the next exercise. This is a seated shoulder press. Again, 10 to 15 reps is our goal, and I've already got a sweat going on. You can sweat good from lifting heavy and taking your time and really putting your mind into the muscle and into your form. So I'm going to show you the seated shoulder press. All you need is a chair. If you have a bench, great. When I do a seated shoulder press, I really like to be on the edge of the chair, really scooching to the end. I'm going to grab a different set of dumbbells here. So for your sitting, right to the end, or you can actually lean right back into the chair. But what this does, by putting your legs in front of you at a 90-degree angle, it helps you be more cognizant of what's happening in the spine, because standing, it's really easy to arch. So keep those ribs tucked in, pull together. We're going to do some presses. You can do a neutral grip. Whatever press you do, I want you to be able to see your elbows in your periphery. Please don't bring your elbows so far back that you cannot see them, all right? Elbows to the periphery. So we're going to do 10 presses, trying not to lean back. Okay, so if you need to, maybe neutral grip. As you press up, pull those shoulder blades down, okay? Straight up and down with control. I think that's 6, not sure. 7, 8, that's it. Slow them on the way down. You are in control. Feel those abs working and even that upper back. And 10. All right, I'm going to take 60 to 90 seconds rest here and then finish off 2 more rounds of that. Press pause, do your rounds, and I'll meet you back for the next exercise. All right, ladies, our next and second last exercise are dumbbell bicep curls. So again, 10 to 15 reps is your goal. If you have moderate to heavy weights, please use those heavy weights and aim for 10, okay? Again, 60 to 90 seconds rest. 3 rounds is the goal, but do what you can and how much you have time for. So I will demo, and then I will leave it to you to get started. Press pause and do the work. So shoulders are back, arms are straight. A common error that people make is they do not straighten their arms all the way. They come to about here, and then they come back up. This is not a full bicep curl. I want you to bring those arms all the way back. Curl. Soften in the knee. Curl. Shoulders back and away from your ears. Arms are tucked in tight. There was 6, straight all the way, 7, all the way, 8, feel those biceps, all the way. I'm gonna need my whole 60 to 90 seconds of rest on this one. All the way, last time, 10, and control. All right, press pause, do the reps, do the rounds, and then come back for the final exercise. All right, I am feeling those biceps, are you? That was good. We have one final exercise, a little bit of back, a little chest stretch at the same time, and lots of core. So we're just gonna do a weighted sit-up crunch. So starting on the floor, holding a moderate dumbbell or heavy or light, whatever you need to do. You might wanna try a couple reps here. Feet flat on the floor, engage the core, nice neutral spine. We're gonna bring that weight to the floor. Careful you don't squish your fingers here. Tap the floor with control, come on up. We're gonna sit and try to sit up nice and tall. Now this is the fun part. This is the important part. Roll back down. So weight overhead, keeping that core nice and tight, up. All right, so here, over, up, keeping that weight nice and close. That was 3. Our rep range here is 15 to 20, a little higher rep range. This is 6, almost halfway. Roll through the spine all the way down. No clunking. 7, trying to keep that spine nice and tall on the way up. 8, sit, roll. 9, feet on the floor. This is 10. I've got 5 more after this. Roll. Curling those muscles in. So think of taking an ice cream scooper. 4 more. And scooping the belly in. Not letting it pop up. Last 3. Up. Roll, roll, roll. Last 2. Feeling the core. 1 more time. And up. Right on. Press the pause button. Complete 10 or 15 to 20 reps. Anywhere from 1 to 3 rounds of this, and then you're done. Thanks for joining me for the workout.